KNDY.
Game of the Week featured broadcast between the Linn Bulldogs and the Blue Valley Rams. It is homecoming for the Rams here tonight as they host TBL foe Linn. Max Blasky with you here on the call this evening, joined by my color commentator Quentin Blasky to my right, who we'll chat with here in just a little bit. We've got an exciting evening of football here on KNDY FM 95.5 as these two high-powered offenses square off in our first eight-man contest of the year. Of course, our broadcast this evening on FM 95.5, online at kndyradio.com, and in the new and improved KNDY app too as well. If you haven't downloaded that, go give that a listen. Tonight's broadcast will be brought to you by Titan West, Coolman Implement and Linn, Sump Agriculture, United Bank and Trust, Midwest Products, Union State Bank of Oldsburg and Randolph, Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, Moe's Stop and Shop and Linn, Blue Valley Technologies, the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville-Hilgen, the Palmer Cafe, Associated Well Drilling of Oldsburg, Oldie Seed Farms, Palmer Lumber, Main and Transmission, Landall Company, and Bruna Implement. We have two teams seeking their first win of the season here tonight as Linn comes in off of a 52-6 loss versus state-powered Axtell last Friday night. Meanwhile, Blue Valley comes in off a 52-28 loss at the hands of a new revamped Washington County Tigers team last Friday. These are two teams that in their last four matchups have been high-powered offenses. Linn averaging 48 points per game in this contest, while Blue Valley averaging 56 points per game. So we're expecting some scores here tonight. Blue Valley will be reloading after losing 9 seniors last year. Linn back with some all-league players at the helm for head coach Trevor Kuhlman. We're going to hear from both coaches, first for head coach Trevor Kuhlman of the Linn Bulldogs and then head coach Quentin Cravens of the Blue Valley Rams as we continue our Marysville Dental Care pregame coaches conversation here on our featured broadcast on KNDY FM 95.5.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll-free 1-800-252-0847.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Coolman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Coolman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Coolman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
At Sump Ag, their goal is to run a business that serves the farmer and honors God. With honesty and integrity, they strive to serve their customers so that they may grow the best crops possible. With a strong lineup of leading corn and soybean seed genetics, including LG, Zytavo, and others. In addition to seed, get knowledgeable chemical advice along with competitive pricing to protect your crops. Talk to Jonathan today at Sump Ag for your seed and chemical needs. Phone 785-386-8521.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Welcome into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week pregame coaches conversation as I sat down with Linn head football coach Trevor Kuhlman. Coach, your team started off the season last week with a tough 52-6 loss to state perennial Axtell. In that game, I know they took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown and it seemed to snowball from there, but what are you taking away from playing a high-level opponent in week one?
It's easy to look at some of the negatives we had, but there were some positives. I felt our kids kept competing. We ran a couple things that we had kind of toyed with in practice. We were able to take some shots downfield, completed some passes. At game one, I think after that first kickoff, our kids were a little shell-shocked. And when you play good teams, you can't be that way. So Axel's, they're a good team. So it's something that our kids are going to learn from, and, we continue to make adjustments as the year goes.
Now, in that game in particular, you decide to go for it on fourth down quite a few times. Does that, hopefully, as a coach, set the tone for the season? Tell the boys, hey, we're going to be aggressive this year, and we want to play that way as well.
I think so. We want to show our kids that we have nothing but confidence in them, because we do. It's always a gamble when you go for it on fourth down, especially in your own, side of the field. We gave Axel a couple short fields, and they had some easy work with some of that. But we want to be confident. We want to feel like we can go for it and put our faith in our kids that they're going to go out and get whatever yardage we need.
As you shift your attention now to tonight's opponent, you're taking on a Blue Valley team that fell to Washington County in first week's action 52-28. What do the Rams have that you're preparing for in tonight's game?
They've got two pretty athletic kids in the backfield there. I think it's 10 and 12. They both do a nice job. They're good athletes. Defensively, we got to make sure we keep the quarterback in the pocket, don't let him scramble, because when he gets loose, he's a good athlete. And then we kind of got to, on offense, establish our identity. We got to be able to run the football. I think if we can do those things, I like our chances, but both teams come in looking for that first win. So we'll see what happens.
And I heard your comment there about wanting to run the football. Is that hopefully a key for your team going into this game?
Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of our identity. We always want to try to establish the run early on. I think that will set up some things down the road for us in terms of our passing game. But at our core, we are a run-first team.
And going into this game, both of your teams set 0-1 in the season, both looking obviously for their first win of 2025. Does that add any extra excitement, anticipation, maybe intensity into tonight's contest?
Yeah, I think to an extent. Obviously, this is only one game, so you don't put too much into it from the grand scheme of things. But getting in the win column never hurts, and you want to get that kind of monkey off your back, so to speak.
This has been our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week pregame conversation with head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, Trevor Kuhlman. Don't touch that dial, as we'll have comments from Blue Valley head coach Quentin Cravens after this break.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Whether they are on the field or in the classroom, the Blue Valley Rams will compete with strength and pride. When looking for a bank that holds those same values, you're talking about Union State Bank. With two locations on Highway 16 in Oldsburg and along Highway 77 in Randolph, Union State Bank is proud to support the community and proud to support the Blue Valley Rams. Rely on the knowledgeable and friendly staff at either location for a strong banking option today. Union State Bank wishes all school athletes a successful and healthy season.
In your bustling lives, we're constantly on the move from hectic commutes to family outings. Blue Valley Insurance offers comprehensive auto coverage to keep you safe on every journey. Whether you're heading to work or driving your kids to practice, we've got you covered. Visit us at convenient locations in Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville for personalized auto insurance solutions tailored to your needs. Drive with peace of mind knowing you're protected by Blue Valley Insurance.
Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn is your stop. Fuel up and fill up at Moe's Stop and Shop. They have gas available, plus they have drinks, snacks, and a whole lot more. Your convenience store is Moe's Stop and Shop. Find them right off the highway in Linn, Moe's Stop and Shop.
From the ground up, Associated Drilling of Oldsburg keeps your water flowing. Whether it's a brand new water well, professional pump installation or repairs, or a powerful irrigation system for your farm, they handle every job with precision and care. With environmental safety practices from well monitoring to geothermal exchangers to heat and cool your home, Associated Drilling uses the latest technology on residential, commercial, and industrial water well drilling and installations. For 24/7 service, contact the name you can trust, Associated Drilling in Oldsburg.
Welcome into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week pregame coaches interview. Joined now with head coach for the Blue Valley Rams, Quentin Cravens. Coach, welcome into the program here today. You're getting ready for a Linn team coming up this evening, but before I ask you about that game, I want to take you back to last week's game against Washington. I'm sure the result wasn't what you were looking in the first game out of the season, but what were some positivities that you're hoping to take into this game tonight versus Linn and moving forward?
Yeah, some positivities from last week that we got was honestly just putting some guys in some positions they haven't been in before, trying to get them some experience in that realm. But honestly, I think just a little wake-up call that the kids aren't where they need to be. I mean, we had 48 missed tackles the other night, which, I mean, kind of opens a lot of eyes for us. So, it really just brings up a lot of wake-up calls for us, and I think that's more of a positivity to take as far as what we need to work on.
And you have another opportunity coming up tonight against the Linn Bulldogs team. I want to ask you first about your squad, though. What do you want to see coming up tonight in this contest that you hope they're improved on?
Yeah, discipline in the small things. After last week, that's what we've been working on. We haven't changed a whole lot, but we just have to be disciplined in the little things for the game to swing in our way. I tell the guys every single day, we don't focus on winning. We focus on performing and what we need to perform in, and then the game will turn out the way it deserves to be. So that's our key for this week is discipline in every little thing.
Let the chips fall where they may. I think that's something, a consensus throughout the league. And now when you do look at Linn, this is a team that has some experience in the backfield. Of course, they fell to Axel in week number 1, so both of you teams 0-1 coming into this game. What do you need to key on Linn, or what are your, I guess, kind of keys, goals in order to contain them coming up tonight and hopefully picking up that first win?
Yeah, I think Linn has some good athletes. They've been young the past few years. They haven't lost a whole lot the past few years. So they definitely have some experience over us in that realm. And I think Trevor over there, he's a pretty good coach, and he runs some different things, which forces us to have to be disciplined in just what we do. But no, those Linn kids, I mean, they're pretty good ball players, and every year for us, it seems like that game seems to be a pretty good game. So it'll be great, especially for homecoming week. There's going to be some emotions flying, so I just hope we can keep everything in check.
And this has been our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week pregame coaches interview with head coach of the Blue Valley Rams, Quentin Cravens. Don't touch that dial, as kickoff is right around the corner on KNDY FM 95.5. The Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen provides legal assistance with a personal touch located in the heart of Washington, providing services in the area of estate planning, probate, estate and trust administration, conservatorships, and real estate transactions. Libby also offers her services on business planning and formation, collections, guardianships, and adoptions. Every case is handled with experience, dedication, and community-centric qualities you deserve. Call the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen to put her local experience on your side.
The Palmer Cafe is the place to go for the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer. Enjoy a great hometown atmosphere with daily specials, burgers, desserts, and a whole lot more. And did I mention the Palmer Cafe has the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer? Well, they do. The Palmer Cafe, the heart of the Palmer community. And make sure to check out the Palmer Cafe on Facebook.
Back to school means your household is back online. With Blue Valley Technologies, try out a 3-month internet speed boost with no long-term commitments. Keep your family connected with 24/7 tech support, plus parental controls with worry-free Wi-Fi. Sign up to receive 3 months free, plus free installation. Not a current Blue Valley Technologies customer? Sign up for the best in internet service and get a $100 bill credit. Visit bluevalley.net.
At Oldie Seed, we are locally owned and locally grown. The corn, soybeans, and sorghum we sell are tested in plots throughout the region in close proximity to our customers. This ensures we are testing a yield environment just like yours. We are dedicated to our Know to Grow research program. It's our family's commitment to delivering high-yielding crops for you, the American farmer. This season, partner with Oldie Seed for locally owned and locally grown solutions.
Looking to tackle your next big project or need a quick fix around the house? At Palmer Lumber and Hardware, they've got the big store selection with that small town service you know and trust. Proudly serving Palmer and the surrounding area, offering top quality lumber, tools, and hardware at prices that won't break the bank. Whether you're building a deck or fixing a faucet, they're with you every step of the way. Visit Palmer Lumber and Hardware today and let's get the job done right. That's Palmer Lumber and Hardware. Built on trust, driven by service.
And welcome back into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week between PBL foes Linn and Blue Valley. Again, both teams come in winless on the season. Linn fell in the first game action the other evening to Axel 52-6, while Blue Valley fell to Washington County 52-28. But scratch that. Go on into week number 2. There's been a lot of changes for both these teams. We heard both coaches talk about that. But coming into this game, as we're joined by Clinton Blasky, my color commentator here today, these are two teams that put up some points when they decide to meet up.
They definitely do. In their last 4 matchups, the lowest scoring game that they have had was 82 points combined. That is just some crazy numbers that we see. So we are likely to see some offensive action. And really some of the key points to tonight's game is going to be is if a defense steps up on either side of the ball or if an offense just gets really, really hot and is able to put up some ludicrous numbers. So we should have an action-packed night here tonight.
And, of course, it is homecoming for Blue Valley, so you know the amplitude. Everyone's going to be hyped up and jacked. This is a Blue Valley team that will look to a new starting quarterback, Aaron Ennis, here this year. Meanwhile, for Linn, familiar names in the backfield, Dalton M.T., Grayson Oldie, and Dylan Oldie will lead this rushing attack that head coach Trevor Kuhlman wants to get going here in this contest as they prepare for the rest of the season. We're going to take our final time out of pregame. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and kickoff here on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on KNDY FM 95.5.
Landall Company is all about the team behind the quality. Congratulations, team members, as they celebrate their 29th year of the incentive bonus program with a 12-year average bonus of 12.55%. That's over 6 weeks' worth of pay as a bonus. Thank you for your hard work and commitment. Interested in learning how you can earn a bonus? Landall Company is looking for individuals who are career-minded and want to succeed. Apply online at landall.com. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
From bumper to bumper, Main & Transmission and Auto Service has your vehicle covered. With transmission repair, tune-ups, and complete automotive service, they do it all, foreign or domestic. With their ASE Master Mechanic using premium parts and delivering high-quality service at a fair price, your satisfaction is their priority. Open Monday through Friday. Call 785-348-3030 and experience service driven by integrity. A proud supporter of the Linn community, count on Main & Transmission and Auto Service to keep you on the road.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Okay. And we are ready for kickoff here on a Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Kickoff is ready. Blue Valley will receive the opening kickoff. starting lineup for the Blue Valley Rams. Again, 0-1 under third-year head coach Quentin Cravens. Aaron Ennis will be back at quarterback. Jaron Brenner, a junior, will be back at running back. Out wide at wide receiver, Nate Irvine, a senior, and Parker Montgomery, a sophomore, will be out there. The big tight end, Raleigh Sump, who goes 6'5", 180. Got some size out there for the Rams this year. And then up on the line, it will be Ezra Spiker, and along with Brock Webster. As for the Linn Bulldogs, starting lineup offensively will be as follows. Grayson Oldie will be at quarterback. Dylan Oldie will be at the fullback position. Conrad Winter will get some running at running back, while wide receiver it'll be Cash Stunkel along with Brigham Hansen at tight end and Wyatt Wyke at tight end. Up on the line, you are looking at Devin Oldie. So the Rams will elect to receive this opening kickoff as we face the sun-setting west here on a beautiful Friday night for week 2 of high school football. Linn in their road clean white jerseys, white tops, white bottoms, black helmets with a bulldog on the side. Meanwhile, Blue Valley in their home blues, blue helmets, white letters up on the top. Linn will kick off north to south as we see it, and we are off here on a Friday night. First kick of the game will go out to the sideline about the 15 and out of bounds, so some free yardage here for the Rams as they get ready to rock and roll. Quinn, we kind of mentioned it earlier, offense going to be a key here, but I think, too, these penalties and how special teams play will really delve into this contest where we see possibly a lot of points.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime in 8-man that you give up penalty yardage, it just means more because you're working with such a tighter field. So any penalty yardage really comes to bite you in the butt by the end of the game if you really stack it up. There is just bad bounce to roll out of bounds, but Blue Valley smartly jumping off of it to let it do so.
And so we're going to re-kick now from the 25 of Linn. Blue Valley won't take the opportunity as it looks like back to receive for Blue Valley in Cantona and number 40, Nate Irvine back there. And this is the Blue Valley team that'll spread it out. You see a lot of 8-man teams like to run the ball, but head coach Quentin Cravens has brought in a throwing attack that has bode well for the Rams early on. A little squib kick will give Blue Valley excellent starting field position at the 40 to start off their first possession. Kind of interesting call from head coach Kuhlman after that penalty on the first kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking to start off hot here tonight. You might as well, you showed them that you can kick it far. Might as well maybe try and catch them off guard by kicking it short, trying to get that ball back. But front line there for the Blue Valley Rams doing a perfect job of just covering up and getting down.
So Blue Valley will get this first possession going 1st and 10 at about their own 40-yard line. And the shotgun it will be Ennis back to his right. It's going to be option right side taken now by Breener. Breener gets his sideline. There he goes, 20, 10, 5. It took one play, and the Blue Valley Rams are on the board with a 40-yard touchdown run by running back Jaron Brenner.
Yeah, Jaron's going to be a guy.
And we have a flag, though, here near side. Unfortunately, saw that late from the wide half. That's going to be a holding Blue Valley. So we were just talking about penalties. Take off a 40-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, for sure. It can go both ways. You can give up a lot of ground, or you can get those types of big plays that we see in 8-man called back. Unfortunate. I didn't see that out there either, but they'll probably look to do that again here pretty soon.
Well, and a good read there by the starting quarterback, Ennis. Of course, his first year at the helm there for the Rams. Did a good job. We saw it last week with Valley Heights and Centralia. The option game is such an important part of any level of high school football.
Yeah, definitely. Valley Heights was able to run the option pretty well, but we'll see what Blue Valley Rams can do here tonight.
So it'll be an I set with one halfback. Now we're going to run option left. Back to Brenner down the left sideline. He's going to pick up a handful of yards on that 1st and 15. So scratch away that opening 40-yard touchdown run. We were thinking points early on, and we almost got that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And there on that second play, it was Grayson Oldie able to get Brenner out of bounds on the far side.
So now 2nd down and 7 to go from just short of midfield. Of course, Blue Valley will go wide with their receivers. To the left, it will be Parker Montgomery, Sump here near side. Ennis back to pass. He rolls right from the shotgun formation. Pressure from the Rams. He gets out of it. Now throws it late across his body. Has the man in and out of the hands of Raleigh Sump. The big target, the junior back, 6'5", 180. back for the Rams, the favorite target for Ennis, but couldn't quite pull in that first pass of the game.
Yeah, that's a strange thing that these Rams like to do that we don't see from a lot of teams around the league is pass it quite a bit. Last year, I believe they had 33 attempts for 22 completions and 4 touchdowns. So definitely most teams using speed out here, which we have seen Blue Valley already do, unfortunately called back. This team also loves to pass it.
And Rams have the height. Again, Rasump at 6'5", Nate Irvine we'll see at 6'2", and Easton Dunston at 6'1" out there. And here's a play-action pass. Rolling right, finds his receiver here near side. That's a completion near the sticks into the hands of Lee Taylor, who gets the start at wide receiver on the 2nd down and 7. That's going to be awfully close, and they're going to mark it. So pickup of 7 there as Taylor gets the first reception of the game.
Yeah, I think that was a good call from where we are sitting, just right on the line to gain, and that was Cash Stunkel and Dalton Oldie to get him down.
So now a first down for the Rams. They're going to go I formation again. This is going to be a give off to Brenner. Brenner breaks it right side, breaks one tackle, gets tripped up there right at the 20, but almost a first down run there, and good-looking run there by Jaron Brenner, the 5'11", 185 junior here early on as the Black Hat near side is going to signal first down run for the Rams.
Yeah, great job by the Rams, but also by the defense of Linn. It was the last guy to beat. Cash Dunkel, again, was able to shed his block and get that big down to save a touchdown.
And a big important aspect of that, I think the defensive secondary is going to be huge for both of these teams in this one. Come up, make a hit, and really, cause some havoc. Now Rams will go I formation again in the pistol. It's going to be play action left side, flip pass off the hands of the defender and incomplete. A dangerous pass there as Ennis was looking for Nate Irvine, the 6'2" target, but out there in defense, believe it was the all-TVL player Dylan Oldie and Grayson Oldie defensively.
Yeah, I saw both of them. It just went right off their fingertips. Both had an opportunity to catch that ball, but, playing into the sun like this, it's going to be difficult to get some passes off. We're definitely having a kind of a difficult time even up here in the booth.
Again, we're looking here to the west, Blue Valley moving south to north as we look at it. 2nd down and 10 down, no score first quarter. And we've got our 3rd flag of the game as I believe someone was called offsides for that Bulldog defense. Up front, it looked like maybe Dylan Oldie got a jump on it.
Yeah, these Bulldogs are definitely, that's the 2nd penalty against the Bulldogs tonight. They did get cashed out with that one against the Rams to bring back that touchdown.
So quickly in the pistol again, option left, pitch to Brenner. Brenner trying to catch the edge, sneaks out of one tackle, then ridden out of bounds by a healthy Gavin Hers, 175-pound sophomore, rode Brenner out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the first down play. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Brenner. Again, this is a young Blue Valley team. When you look at the backfield, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, Nate Irvine, the lone senior, out on the outside. Of course, best finish in school history, or I guess not in school history, but in quite a few years for the Rams last year as they finished 5-4. Here's a run right side by Brenner. Breaks one tackle, breaks the second, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big run there from about 11 yards down, and our first score is on the board. An 11-yard touchdown run by Jaron Brenner.
Yeah, Jaron Brenner really doing his all this evening. We've already seen him do quite a bit of things, putting down a lot of yards on this drive, run over quite a few defenders as he did just right there. Quite a bit of the Linn Bulldog team was trying to bring him down, but he was able to get into the end zone.
So a high-scoring game starts off. There's going to be an empty set, 2 receivers right, 1 back to the left. Ennis alone in the backfield, throws an out pattern left side. Miscommunication will go incomplete, but Blue Valley takes the first score of the game as they lead 6-0 here. 9:55 left to play first quarter on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on FM 95.5.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll free 1-800-252-0847.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of your investments. I'm Liz Warren, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can be your financial coach. We get to know you first, then figure out how to help you work towards your goals. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. Call 785-562-5533 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And welcome back into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. A pretty good drive there for the Rams as they open up the scoring drive. 6-0, two-point conversion. No good, though, to start the contest off. John Llewellyn will kick off the fresh for the Rams. Back to return the speedy Cash Stunkel, wearing number 1 for Linn. Stunkel stands about his own 15. He's going to catch this one on the run, looking for a return man straight back up the middle. Had a little seam, bounces off one tackle, gets up past the 30. Good return there by Stunkel as they'll work now right to left as we see it down into the south end zone. Again, starting for the Rams, it's Grayson Oldie, a quarterback. Cash Stunkel back out, Linn. Let's get it right here. Grayson Oldie, a quarterback. Cass Stunkel outside. Dylan Oldie will be back in fullback to go along with Grayson Oldie, your skilled players here. First possession, it will be a gun set for Oldie. Running back to his right is Dylan. Dylan takes us up the middle, keeps that powerful trunk rolling, picks up a handful of yards there by Dylan Oldie. And that's going to be a key for Linn here real quick. You heard head coach Trevor Kuhlman's comments in the opening, conversation we had during our pregame, and it's get this running game going. That's 4 yards for Dylan Oldie, who does come off, I believe, had it right in front of me a little bit ago, but a second-team All-Toon Valley League selection last year on the offensive side. Here's going to be a run straight up the middle by quarterback Grayson. Grayson's going to be stopped with a handful of yards, maybe 1 or 2. Blue Valley defense ready for that one, though.
Yeah, they sure were. It was Spiker and Dunstan that were ready for that one. They saw it the whole way through. That direct snap did not work this time, but we'll probably see it again here later in the game.
Now, first third down attempt for Linn early on, as they will set up a third down and about 3 to go just past midfield on the Blue Valley side. Gun formation with Dylan to the right of Grayson. It's going to be Grayson right up the middle. He breaks one tackle, breaks the second one. He's still on his feet, cuts to the right. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Bulldogs. A 35-yard touchdown run by Grayson Oldie, making this 6-6 here early on.
Well, what did I just say? We will probably see that again later on, and there it was. That is what they were looking for on that last down, but didn't find. It did find it this time, and it was Grayson Oldie being just shifty to avoid tackles and get to the edge and get into the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of offense to be expected, and we're seeing it here early on. I think the difference is going to be 2-point conversions as we come up with this. Kind of a wishbone set now for Linn. Oldie's going to take it, hand it off to his back down the middle. Conrad Winter is going to get in there for the 2-point conversion is good. So the Linn Bulldogs will take this early 8-4 lead as Conrad gets in for the 2-point conversion. Again, you're listening to our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week here on KNDY FM 95.5 as Linn takes their first lead 8-6. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Kuhlman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
At Sumpag, their goal is to run a business that serves the farmer and honors God. With honesty and integrity, they strive to serve their customers so that they may grow the best crops possible. With a strong lineup of leading corn and soybean seed genetics, including LG, Zytavo, and others. In addition to seed, get knowledgeable chemical advice along with competitive pricing to protect your crops. Talk to Jonathan today at Sumpag for your seed and chemical needs. Phone 785-386-8521.
Just ran that one in.
Yep.
And welcome back into this high-scoring affair. A lot of action going on around the TVL, including some good contests between Hanover at Clifton Clyde tonight, Axel, Washington County, Frankfort down at Linden, and, of course, opposite of our broadcast on AM 1570. Bruce Deerking has the call as the Marysville Bulldogs are on the road to Hiawatha. Here's going to be a squib get taken in by Linn as they recover the onside kick that found its way through the front line of the Rams. So Linn very aggressive here early on.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen it. Well, not exactly a squib kick, but maybe that one was just performed the way they wanted the first one to go. Perfectly squibbed, going right over that front line's head as it bounced. That front guy thought, that second guy behind me, he's going to get it. He just wasn't fast enough to get there, and Linn has the ball again.
And I think Linn taking a little bit of advantage of a young Blue Valley team. Again, they graduated 9 seniors off of last year's team that had a very successful year under head coach Quentin Cravens, finishing 5-4. But here early on showing their best. A little screen pass left side to Stunkel. That will be taken in for a completion. Minimal yardage there by Cash, but positive yardage nonetheless. A reminder, too, coming up at halftime, we will hear from Jeff Wirtz, or we will check in with Jeff Wirtz of the scores around the Twin Valley League. As like we just mentioned, a lot of good action going on week 2 of the high school football season. Here Linn is driving, leading by 2 points here. First quarter action just under 8 minutes ago. That was a 2-yard pass completion from Grayson to Cash. Now 2nd down and 8 from the left pass. Pressure coming off his left side. Has his man down the left sideline. Diving catch is hauled in for a touchdown. It's down and good for Maverick Kalima. His first reception is a huge one on a big 28-ish touchdown catch for the Bulldogs.
Wow, and what a perfectly placed pass. You did not see something like that. It wasn't like Kalima wasn't covered there on defense, or Kalima on offense. It wasn't like his guy on defense wasn't there. Just perfectly placed to his outside shoulder, went up, got it, got the touchdown.
It's taken about 30 seconds for Linn to build this lead, 14-6. Like Quinn said, beautiful wheel route there, ran by Kalima. Touchdown Bulldogs. Hand off to Winter. He's going to be stopped, though, on the 2-point conversion. We'll keep this score at 6-14. First quarter action here between Blue Valley and Linn. Quick moving here in the first. We'll take another 30-second timeout. Be back after this word from our sponsors.
This is Quentin Cravens, head coach of the Blue Valley Rams, and you're listening to Blue Valley Rams football on KNDY.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Max Blasky back with you, along with Quentin Blasky, color commentator to my right. We've seen 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, kind of what we were thinking, I think, early on.
Yeah, in an 8-man game, you are expecting a fast-paced, action-packed game, but especially with these two teams, as I said earlier, the lowest scoring game in the last 4 years was a combined 82 points. So we know both these teams are going to put up numbers, and I'm excited to see what Linn does here on kickoff. They've been a little having a little trickery here so far.
And kicking it off, it will be, had that mark, number 23, a little squib. Again, front line for Blue Valley. Can't get there. Yes, they do. That one will be taken in by Ezra Spiker. Dalton Emke is your kickoff guy for the Bulldogs here tonight, and he's been excellent here early on in this one. And, yeah, Quentin, you mentioned that, the high scoring. Don't you think that both these coaches know that going in, and they're kind of preparing for it, especially Linn here early on?
Oh, they certainly do. Yeah, Linn knows that, it might come down to just who has the ball more, or more often and who has more chances to get touchdowns, because they're going to convert touchdowns, both these teams.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Blue Valley will be back at the helm of it. Ennis will be in the pistol formation with Brennard behind him. Ennis rolls right now. He rolls left, a little flip pattern, trying to get that one out before taking the sack. Will be an incomplete pass there by Ennis, as the Linn defense all over this Rams offense here early on. We mentioned it. Rams do like to pass the ball. They like to get this ball spread around. It's got to have protection, though, to make that work.
Yeah, you for sure do. He had no time there in the pocket to find anything, and that was due to Zach Hiltgen, who was in the backfield for the Bulldogs.
So now a 2nd down and 10 for the Rams from their own 30-yard line, working left to right as we see it. Here's that option. Ennis will keep this one. Tackled near the line of scrimmage, but positive yardage for the Rams quarterback.
Yeah, Conrad Winters there for the quick stop. Blue Valley only able to pick up maybe a long 2, short 3 yards there on that play.
So now a 3rd down and 8, will be the call from deep inside Blue Valley territory. Ball just on the north side of the 30. Rams look for a passing attempt here, probably, as it will be Ennis in the pistol, Bremer behind him. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Ennis back to pass, looking across the middle, now rolls out left, pressure, and Ennis is going to go down. That'll be Conrad Winter, who's everywhere with his first sack of the night.
Yeah, we just called his name for that solo tackle, putting Blue Valley in a tough spot, 3rd and long, and now he is there to convert the quarterback sack to really put him 4th and about 18. Something you don't want to see for Blue Valley.
That's going to be a 7-yard loss on the sack from Winter. Now the Rams will look to punt, back to return for Linn. It will be Maverick Kalima, who just caught that amazing diving catch in the end zone. Me and Quentin were talking at the break there. A diving catch in the end zone. Don't see that very often. Even better pass from his quarterback. High punt will land about the 30-yard line. Kalima is going to let this one set. It's going to take a little Blue Valley roll and land just on the south side of the 20-yard line. So Linn will get their first opportunity coming up here deep in their own territory. A quick reminder here that if you want to listen in to what your favorite coaches have to say about how their teams are doing this season, tune in to the Candy Y Coaches Corner every weekday following the 520 Sports. On Monday, we chat with coaches from Diller and Southern. On Tuesday, it's Axel Centralia. Wednesday, it's Linn and Hanover. Thursday, Frankfort and Valley Heights. And Friday, Washington and Marysville. Of course, if you do miss it live, you can always listen back at kndyradio.com underneath the podcast tab. Linn will get their 3rd possession going here in this contest, starting off from just about their 23-yard line in the backfield. It will be Grayson Oldie alone, it will be number 2 taking that run. Yeah, Grayson Oldie taking that run. Positive yardage for Oldie, but a minimal gain at that.
Yeah, it was Ethan Dunstan to bring down Oldie there. That is, I believe, except for the 2-point conversion, the 3rd time in a row they have run that direct snap QB keep from the shotgun. He is able to just survey the field and find a pocket and hit it. They're only picking up about 4 yards, but I'm sure they'll continue to come back to it.
4-yard pickup on that first down. It will be now 2nd down and 6, and just on the other side, the 25, about the 26-yard line. Oldie will be backfield with Dillon. He motions him out right side. Now Dillon quarterback draw right up the middle. Stopped by the interior of the Blue Valley Rams defense after a minimal pickup now at the first 3rd down for Linn here tonight.
Dunstan in again on that stop along with Stump doing the majority of it. Dunstan there to get the assist, but you got to think maybe Blue Valley's catching on to what Linn is doing, what they are looking to do, and stopping him. Now a big 3rd down.
Huge 3rd down here for this Linn offense, looking to convert, of course, Grayson Oldie. Honorable mention last year, all TVL. Now we're going to go I formation, Dillon behind him, with it will be Winter back as the back. It's going to be a pitch, not to Winter, but to Dalton Imke. Imke gets left side. We're going to have a flag as he was close to the first down marker. We'll see where that mark is, and it looks like a penalty will be called on Linn. Back them up with a holding call.
Yeah, Imke definitely gave it his hardest there, but the Linn Bulldogs, even without that penalty, were able to stop him a little short, but you don't want to give this Linn Bulldog team a 4th and 1, because you know they're going to go for it, so they're going to accept this penalty, really back him up and try again.
Linn leading this first quarter as we hit the 4:31 mark, 14-6. We see a high-scoring offense between both of these teams. Linn, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Blue Valley just had their first punt of the game moments ago, but now Linn with a 3rd down and 11 from their own 21-22-yard line. It will be Grayson in the shotgun. He's going to pull this one from Grayson. Now option right side, give this one to Imke. Imke's got some running lane down the right side. 40, 30, can he outrace him? No, dragged down, but a huge pickup for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was Robley Stump ending up dragging the runner down for the Rams.
20, I'm trying to do the math here real quick. Right about a 30-yard run for Dalton Imke on his first touch of the game. And now the Bulldogs in action again, deep in Blue Valley territory. 1st down and 10 to go. 4 minutes left to play. First quarter action. Linn with the ball and the lead. It'll be up there, 25-yard line there. I formation again. It's going to be option right side. No misplay. It's going to be a straight run by quarterback. Just miscommunication in the backfield there from the Bulldogs as Oldie looked to run it to the right side. Fullback Dylan Oldie went to the left. And then pitchman Imke was just kind of lost in the backfield. So Grayson did a good job just to pick up what he could, 3 yards on that one.
Yeah, good job by Grayson there. He knows what to do in that situation. We know he can run the ball. He's taken direct snaps. He's run the ball plenty tonight already. So good job of composing himself and getting whatever yardage he can, but good job by Blue Valley, too, to just swarm him once he hit that line. There was nowhere for him to go.
2nd down and 7 now. Dylan will be to the left of Grayson. Motion man is Stunkel. It's going to be a give to Stunkel left side. He's trying to catch the edge. Does. Good tackle, though, coming up from the Blue Valley defense. Picks up positive yardage. Let's see where they mark him out at. I believe right at the 20-yard line. Be close where they get him at. A 3-yard pickup there for Stunkel on the little, I don't even know, pocket pass, I guess is what you're going to call it, on the motion coming over.
Yeah, it was something like that. They were able to pick up good yardage on that play, and it was Hartman in on that tackle.
Now, 2nd, 3rd down here for the Linn Bulldogs. 3rd down has been positive for them so far, successful on their first run. It's going to be Dylan Oldie right up the middle, fullback run, plows over a man, and I believe falls forward for enough yardage to get that 1st down. Move the sticks, needed 4. I believe he picked up just about 5 there. So now 1st down and 10 from about the 15-yard line for the Linn Bulldogs as they lead this one 14-6 as we go under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. We've seen high scoring. The first 3 drives for each team ended in touchdowns. This one a long extended drive for the Bulldogs. Dylan to the left of Grayson. Grayson's going to keep this on the quarterback keeper left side. Sneaks out one, but good shoestring tackle there from the Blue Valley defense.
Yeah, as you said, great tackle there, and it's Parker Montgomery picking up his first tackle, really just holding on and letting his teammates come and assist him.
4-yard pickup there for Grayson as he now goes over 50 yards already in this first quarter. 90 seconds left in this first as Bulldogs will work with a 2nd down and 6 to go. Grayson will set up in the shotgun with Dylan to his left. 2 receivers right are Stunkel and Kalima. Kalima already a touchdown catch here tonight. Be Grayson in the pistol. He's going to keep this one off the option. Straight up the middle again. He reaches for an extra yard or 2. Positive yardage nonetheless for the Bulldogs as they continue to drive down and work clock off of this drive.
Yeah, a lot of the Blue Valley Rams in on that tackle, but I had Ezra Spiker being the guy that hit him first and really stayed connected to slow him down.
Then to drive here will go under 40 seconds left in this first quarter in a matchup of 0-1 teams here in Twin Valley League action. Week number 2 of the high school football season. Of course, glad to have you all along. Now it'll be Dylan Oldie who will take the snap. He's going to option it to Winter. Winter will look to move forward. An extra push there from Dylan. Did he get up to the first down marker on a 2nd down and 2 as the official mark? Let's see where they give it to him. Near side referee comes in. Inside the 10, so it'll be first down. It looks like they will give it to him on that first down run. We're going to end the quarter with that first down 4-yard run by Conrad Winter. As we close the first quarter of action, Linn Bulldogs leading 14-6. They'll have the ball when we come back on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your appointment and receive the dental care that you deserve. 14-6 in favor of the Bulldogs. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Visit Can-Equip to see the new look of maximum productivity. The new CR lineup of combines from New Holland. Premium and deluxe seat options provide more comfort. 3 exterior cameras offer more visibility and safety. Milo addition to IntelliSense automation delivers more crop versatility. Even the signature styling and decals are new. And pure New Holland. Stop by Can-Equip in Marysville.
Back with second quarter action here. Max Blasky along with Quentin Blasky to my right. It's Linn Bulldogs who lead 14-6. Quentin, we really saw a quick first couple possessions, but now Linn very deliberate, and I think that's probably the word to use on this drive here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is definitely a change of tempo for the Linn Bulldogs, whether they like it or not. Maybe Blue Valley's just doing a good job defensively stopping them, but that, it took about 4 or 5 minutes of a drive, and now they are only inside the 5, but that's a lot different than what we were seeing and expecting.
Yes, this first down and goal will come from the 5-yard line. It's going to be Dylan Oldie in at quarterback/fullback. He runs it left, spins off a man, gets in, but we've got a flag in the backfield. What's this going to call be? Yep, it's going to be a holding, 3rd penalty now from the Linn Bulldogs. White hat Grayson.
Gale. It is the White House Gale Schroeder out there tonight.
I was going to say Grayson. Said Grayson Oldie too much in this game. Got me going, but White Hat's going to call that back for a hold. So on a first down and goal, we're going to back this one up now to the 14-yard line for the Rams, or for the Bulldogs, excuse me. Always get an opportunity, as always, that a front line of Linn doing really good. Cesar Alvarado along with Devin Oldie, and left side, I believe that's number 11, Wyatt Wyke, getting the start. I formation now as quarterback Grayson Oldie will be back under center. He gives this one to the running back right up the middle. Imke burst forward for a good positive pickup there from the 14 down to the 3-yard line. That's going to be an 11-yard pickup for Dalton Imke, who broke off a 30-yard run, already up to 41 yards unofficially on just 2 carries for Imke.
Yeah, strong runner there, taking 2 of the Rams to bring them down. It ended up being Montgomery with Brenner getting the assist on that one.
And that offensive line opened up a gaping hole. Could have drove a truck through that one. 2nd down and goal now, just start of the second quarter. Linn lead 14-6. Option, fullback right up the middle. That's going to be a first touchdown for Dylan Oldie on a 3-yard touchdown run. The 3-yard touchdown run, the first for number 45 in this contest, makes this a 20-6 advantage for the Bulldogs with 10:48 left to play in this second quarter. And that long drive we talked about does come out with points. I think that's an important aspect for this Linn team. Yes, you chewed clock, but always come away with points. 2-point conversion now for the Bulldogs in their shotgun. It's going to be option right side, and quarterback will keep it up and down for Grayson Oldie. Gets the 2-point conversion. Now 22-6. Linn Bulldogs lead this TVL matchup on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week on FM 95.5. We'll be back after this 60-second break.
Whether they are on the field or in the classroom, the Blue Valley Rams will compete with strength and pride. When looking for a bank that holds those same values, you're talking about Union State Bank. With 2 locations on Highway 16 in Oldsburg and along Highway 77 in Randolph, Union State Bank is proud to support the community and proud to support the Blue Valley Rams. Rely on the knowledgeable and friendly staff at either location for a strong banking option today. Union State Bank wishes all school athletes a successful and healthy season.
This is Quentin Cravens, head coach of the Blue Valley Rams, and you're listening to Blue Valley Rams football on KNDY.
We know you love the RV lifestyle, whether it's a camper, motorhome, or travel trailer. Make sure you have the right insurance policy for your next trip. I'm Dave Savage with Blue Valley Insurance, and we offer affordable plans with great coverage for your needs. We can customize your policy to ensure your days of leisure are stress-free. Protect your home away from home with affordable recreational vehicle insurance from Blue Valley Insurance in Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
A 22-6 lead here for the Linn Bulldogs as we're at the 10:48 mark in the second quarter. So far, Linn, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. I think head coach Trevor Kuhlman would be very pleased with that opportunity.
Oh, certainly. Anytime you can put up points, it's going to be a good drive. And they ate up a lot of clock. Just keeping it out of either of these teams' hands for the other team is going to be key because of how fast either team can score points.
Now here we go, a kickoff, Dalton Enke. We've already seen 3 squib kicks, 2 recovered already by Linn. This one, he was going for it but missed it. The ball went about 6 inches, so that'll be a flag on Linn. Already the 5th penalty on the Bulldogs here in this one. Now, flip that context around, though, real quick. We talked about it coming in. Blue Valley, a very young team. I think they weathered that early storm, but you need to see it offensively, I think, on this drive to answer back Linn.
Oh, you definitely do. Being at 6-22 sounds pretty scary, but with these two teams and how much they are able to score, these Rams aren't too far behind. They can do it really quickly, and, it just takes a quick touchdown, a little defensive stop, and another thing, and you're right back in this before half.
When we saw it on the first place, Jaron Brenner broke off a 40-yard touchdown run, got called back for a holding, so the opportunity is there for the Rams in this one. Just need to be smart with the ball and make those good decisions. But like we said in the backfield, 3 juniors, a sophomore too as well at wideout. Coach Quentin Cravens needing to get his team rocking and rolling. So I guess a new high school, well, not a new rule. I haven't seen it yet before, but I guess if the kicker misses it, you can take the ball at the kickoff spot. So instead of trying to return this kickoff, Blue Valley is going to start at the Linn 30-yard line. I'll say in my 4 years of broadcasting, first time I've seen it, so we'll take it as is. There's always something new every Friday night.
Yeah, this is the first one for me as well, but, the Blue Valley Rams, they're going to take this opportunity, and they're going to exploit it, I'm sure.
So a very short field now for the Rams as they work into the south side. Sun finally setting over the west horizon here at Blue Valley. Going to turn into a beautiful night of football. Of course, always glad to have you along here on KNDY FM 95.5. If you haven't already done it, download our free KNDY app in the Google or Apple Play stores. And check us out on Facebook, too. We'll keep you up to date with everything that's important to you. So now we're going to actually do the kickoff, I think. So,
yeah, a lot of discussion happening between the officials out there and Linn's head coach, and it looks like they are changing their mind possibly about this kickoff scenario.
I'm going to mark this one down, and I already gave the promo, but tune in to the Linn Bulldog Coach's Corner Wednesday about 5:20 after sports. You guarantee I'm asking head coach Kuhlman about this one. What's kind of the rule with a missed kickoff, I guess?
Yeah, I don't even know. As you said, it's been so long. And it wasn't even missed. It was just barely hit, so it rolled a few inches, and I don't know how to play that.
It reminds me of if you're watching a college or NFL game and the ball just barely gets blown off the tee from the wind. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But the kicker there, Dalton Imke, of course, made contact with the ball. So now we're just going to re-kick it from the 30 back to return for the Rams will be Nate Irvine and Jaron Brenner, two explosive athletes, as they stand at their own 10. Nope, not kick. This one's going to go out of bounds right at the 20, though. So make this, we're going to take away that fifth penalty. This will now be the fifth penalty for the Bulldogs. So I guess we're seeing why we're squib kicking it every time.
Yeah, and you can tell definitely that he has a technique that he likes to go to, but it's pretty finicky, I imagine, just to get that right balance. He was trying to, and now they go try and kick it deep just to avoid any other trouble here, and they end up finding it anyways.
So now this one, instead of kicking off from their own 30, we're going to mark it back 5 yards to the 25-yard line. And, I guess keep it out of the hands of some two explosive athletes there in the backfield for the Rams, Irvine and Brenner. You never know. Someone might break a touchdown run, and I guess 5 yards is better than that. So we're going to reset it here. I think this is the longest time of possession we've had for either squad besides that Linn drive. Imke will set it up now. The ball falls off the tee, so we'll reset it here on this one. That does give me a chance to remind you that if you want to listen to everything Twin Valley League Athletics, tune in to the TVO Rundown Fridays at 7:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. as me and Jeff work to the TVL Sports Spotlight. Talk everything TVL Athletics, brought to you by the Citizens National Bank in Greenleaf and Bruna Implement. Imke will kick this one off left to right. This one's going to hit near the 20 and go out of bounds again at the 20. What's going to be the call here from head coach Quentin Cravens? Do we just take this ball?
Yeah, I'm sure if you're the Rams, you're just going to let him keep kicking it off. If you can get him back another 5 yards, another 5 yards. It's quite interesting, Maybe both teams just need a little break. They maybe came to an agreement or something. No, that's not what happened. But
I don't know, though, because now we're kicking off from the 20. So Blue Valley continuing to get 5 yards at a time, I guess, however way you want to get it.
I'd take it.
We'll take it regardless.
Yeah.
The MK will square up again here for now the fourth kickoff here on this touchdown. Again, that was capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by Dylan Oldie, his first of the night. Our score 22-6 in favor of the Bulldogs. MK right-footed kicker will send this one away. That one's right down the middle. It squibs up one. The back returners let this one roll all the way to the 5-yard line. It will be picked up by Irvine. Linn is there, and he will be down at the 11-yard line. Miscommunication by the back men for the Rams and Nate Irvine and Jaron Brenner as they watched the ball go right down the middle between them two, and they picked it up at the 5, got it out to the 11. So after all of that, Blue Valley's going to start this drive at their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, it's almost poetic in a way. That's the best kick that you see, and it just kept rolling. It wasn't high off the ground, at most 5 yards, but miscommunication, that ball kept rolling, and now they are kind of pinned back there.
So now Blue Valley will get their third possession of this game going with 10:43 left in the second quarter, 22-6. Ball or score in favor of the Bulldogs. It's going to be a pitch right side. Brenner's going to be ripped down in the backfield as Linn is all over that option play. Aaron Ennis, quarterback for the Rams, did a good job of letting it go, but I believe it was 23 Dalton Imke there for the big tackle for loss.
It sure was Dalton Imke. He was all over that play. That play had no time to develop. It wasn't an option. The quarterback, turned a corner, faced a wall of Linn Bulldogs, had to option it, and Imke was there as the man spying that running back, knowing what was coming.
And defensively up front for Linn, it is Brigham Hansen along with Cesar Alvarado that's causing havoc with this two-man defensive rush. Ennis back alone in the backfield. He's going to roll left. Now he's going to go off and run. He's got some speed past the 20. He's going to go out right about the 24-yard line. Good pickup there from the 11. Got to do math here real quick. About a 15-yard pickup there for Ennis, just short of the 25-yard line.
Yeah, one thing I want to touch on there that I saw was Nate Irvine, the wide receiver on the near side. He really sold that play. His defender was the only guy that could really get there in time to stop him short, but he sold that. Hey, this is still a pass. Look at me, taking down the field. Got his guy a few more yards.
Picked up a good first down, maybe some momentum for Blue Valley. Option's going to be tight, and it's going to be on the ground. Ball's loose. Who's on it far side? I think Blue Valley jumped back on that ball, but Ennis and Brenner running that option a little bit too close as that one hit up the face mask of Brenner. A little bit too hot there. Blue Valley backfield might be moving a little bit too quick their own feet here in this one. A 5-yard loss now pegged to the Rams.
Yeah, that just looked not like miscommunication, just not feeling out the play enough. The two guys, Ennis and his back, were just a little too close to each other. Ennis wasn't expecting that, went to go pitch it as he normally would, and just not enough space to develop that.
And, of course, a brand-new quarterback, Aaron Ennis, played wide out last year, so not even used to. Here's that little trick around left side on the double reverse. Pitch will be taken by Nate Irvine. Good tackle there by, I believe that was Dylan Oldkey that sniffed that one out like a greyhound.
Yes, it definitely was Dylan Oldie there to get that. He is one of the premier players on this Linn Bulldog team, but that is his first tackle tonight. So defensively, he might start getting going.
Blue Valley tried to run a quick end and round. It was a take to the right and then back to Irvine as he circled all the way from the right side to the left side. Now it'll be long 3rd down and 14 deep in Blue Valley territory at their own 20. Ennis will look back fast, 3-man rush. Quick out route will be caught by Irvine. Only about a 3-yard pickup will bring up now a 4th down and 11.
Yeah, great. Honestly, a great catch there. He was right on the sideline, able to get his feet inbound is what they call it, but Ennis in the backfield facing a little bit of pressure, able to get that ball off, pick up whatever yards you can. Now go tackle this next down, which looks like they're going to kick it.
So 4th down and actually 12 deep in their own end zone, or back in their own side of the field. It will be Easton Dunstan that will kick it off. But before we do that, we've got a flag, far side official. Not quite for sure what the marker was on that one. Oh, another false start will be called on Blue Valley. Their second penalty here tonight backed them up another 5 yards. A reminder, coming up here at halftime, we will check scores courtesy of the TVL Spotlight around the league as there's a lot of good action here tonight. Hanover at Clifton Clyde, Axel, Washington County, Frankfort down at Linden, Centralia versus Mid-Buchanan in 11-man action, and Valley Heights versus Onega. This punt will be taken by Cash Stunkel. He tries to get left side. There's a flag in the backfield. Stunkel will be wrestled down on the 30-yard line of Blue Valley. But let's see what this penalty is called upon.
I think we have an idea of what we're looking at here, just judging off what we saw and what we saw everyone saying up here in the booth, but we don't want to be too biased yet.
Ball in the back will be the call on the Bulldogs. Now, their 6th penalty already here in this contest. They do lead, though, 22-6, as they have actually, if my stats are correct, scored on every possession. They've had the ball so far tonight.
Yeah, they have. Linn Bulldogs doing a great job at getting every possession they have into the end zone, scoring, because they know they're going to have to in this matchup based on the historic records of these teams being such high-scoring teams.
And different ways, too. Already a touchdown pass from Grayson Oldie to Maverick Kalima. A rushing touchdown by Oldie and Dylan Oldie, too, as well. Here's a rush left side. That's going to be down the sideline. Grayson Oldie, one man to beat. He's brought down at the 10-yard line. A big run there of 30, we're going to call it 37 yards by Grayson Oldie.
Yeah, Grayson Oldie finding the sideline, and the only man to beat would have been Parker Montgomery, but Parker taking a great line at Oldie. They're able to get him down and force stop the touchdown from happening.
Oh, absolutely. One Montgomery last man back there. It will be now a 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line as Linn works left to right here. 7 minutes left in this first half. Bulldogs up 22-6. Man in motion will be number 7, Maverick Kalima. Kalima near side, dives for the end zone on the end around. What's the score? Touchdown, Bulldogs. a 12-yard touchdown run by Maverick Kalima, his second touchdown on the night.
Yeah, there were a few of the Blue Valley Rams there that nearly brought that play to a stop. It was Brenner and it was Dunstan, but neither of them could get the job done, and the Linn Bulldogs in for the touchdown.
And I'll be honest, I didn't even have Maverick Kalima on my offensive sheet here. He's come up with 2 touchdowns already in this contest, 1 rushing, 1 receiving. Hey, 2 touchdowns, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns. Might as well get him the ball some more in the second half.
Oh, yeah, see what he can do.
Second or 2-point conversion, and now will be Grayson with Dillon to his right. Quarterback right up the middle is in for the 2-point conversion. This ball game is starting to turn into all Linn. 30-6, is our score here as we hit the 6:50 mark in the second quarter. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back to high school football on KNDY after this.
At Sunflower Community Credit Union, we're proud to give back to our community through initiatives like Debit for a Difference, a program that provides local educators with grants for their classrooms, which helps them make a difference in our schools, along with Save at School, an innovative way for students to learn the value of saving money. Kids can open their very own savings account, making financial education fun and accessible. Join Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville and become part of a financial family committed to your success and the success of our community.
Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn is your stop. Fuel up and fill up at Moe's Stop and Shop. They have gas available, plus they have drinks, snacks, and a whole lot more. Your convenience store is Moe's Stop and Shop. Find them right off the highway in Linn, Moe's Stop and Shop.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
Head coach Trevor Kuhlman ought to be awfully happy with this score. 30-6 is your score. Linn Bulldogs lead this one. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. Looking at scores elsewhere around the league in 11-man action, Centralia trails Mid-Buchanan 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. Valley Heights up a touchdown on Onega. Linden up 22-8 on Frankfort. Frankfort shorthanded in this one. Axtell only up 16-0 on Washington County after the first quarter. And here's a dominant team, the Hanover Wildcats, 22-0 over Clifton Clyde. At the end of the first, scores courtesy of the TVL Sports Spotlight. Give them a like on Facebook and follow for all your TVL updates. 30-6, our score. Squib kick right up the middle will be taken by the second line for the Rams. That will be Easton Dunstan that pulls that one down. So after the last time we saw, 4 kickoff attempts? We get it on the first try here.
Yeah, that was a bit faster, but Easton Dunstan playing that perfectly as the second line guy there, just carrying the ball, both hands, drop right on it. You know, you don't need yardage there. You don't need to run it. You're already set up pretty well.
The Rams will get their third possession of the night going. It's going to be a give-off run. And Brenner right side tries to break one tackle, wrestled down after a positive pickup, though, but a good read there by Aaron Ennis, who picks up, good read, gives it off to his athletic running back, Jaron Brenner, on his 6th tote of the night.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a long 6, short 7 yards there. Can't really tell. More leaning towards 6 here, but it ended up being Grayson Oldie that was able to bring him down for the Bulldogs.
Now Ennis in the backfield with Brenner to his right. One receiver left, one receiver right. Pressure off the right side. Ennis throwing back off his back foot. Finds a man in the drill, but a first down as coming down with this catch was Lee Taylor over on the far sideline. First down, though, Rams.
Yeah, great pass by the Rams there as the quarterback was backpedaling Hines there. He was able to release to his receiver just enough to get that first down.
100% sure, but I'm going to go with about a 7-yard pickup on that one for the Rams. First down nonetheless as clock hits under 6 minutes here to go before halftime. Rams looking to move the ball, working right to left as we see a lone back in the backfield with the pistol will be Brenner. Ennis will hand this one off. Brenner shakes and bakes up the middle. Positive yardage for Blue Valley as he gets up close to the Bulldog 30-yard line, just short at the 29 after a 5-yard pickup for Brenner.
Yeah, Blue Valley definitely coming into their own a little bit here. Every play being a little bit of positive yardage. They pass a little bit, definitely getting some good runs here to pick up 6, 7 yards. again, passing when they need to. So this is starting to look pretty good for Blue Valley here, so keep up hope.
Need a solid drive here that takes some time, too. Yep. We saw Linn with like a 6-minute drive there at the end of the first quarter into the second. Blue Valley needed that. 2 receivers left. Ennis will roll out to his left. Gloves and all, throws it, has a man off the tip. That's going to be down for a catch just short of the 20. That'll be a good pickup there for Rams.
Yeah, really impressive catch there by Lee Taylor. Again, another one right on the sideline. He was able to come down just in bounds and pick up the first down.
About a 6-yard pickup. I think we're going to call it on that one. One name we haven't mentioned, though, Raleigh Sump, the big tight end, hasn't even got a target yet tonight. Let's see if they get him rocking and rolling here on this drive. 1st and 10 from the Linn, about 20-yard line. Ennis rolling right, throws across his body, has a man. Is that Sump? He pulls it in right short of the goal line. Heck of a catch there from the 6'4 senior.
Wow, that was a heck of a catch. He had 2 defenders on him, a safety coming down from the top, and his man that was guarding him, Grayson Oldie, able to just, get that ball right in front of him. A great lead by the quarterback there and survive the hit from that safety, holding on to it and giving him great position.
And the confidence of Ennis to throw that ball where only his receiver could get it, let that 6'4 frame reach out for a first down. 1st and goal now for the Rams. Ennis will roll left, looks to throw it. He's going to throw it incomplete. Pressure right in his face as Linn has been bringing that pressure all night long in the face of the Rams quarterback.
Yeah, they have. But Ennis, the quarterback for the Rams, has done a great job of surviving it so far. He's able to make anything out of nothing. And so far what I've seen is he knows when, just to maybe pick up 4 yards, 7 yards. Don't go for that long bomb if you're getting pressure. Get the ball out. And he's done a great job tonight of doing so.
Of course, trying to throw over a tall Linn defense, too, as well as Ennis only goes 5'5", but athletic ability to make it work. 2nd down and goal now from about the 5-yard line. Low snap. Ennis takes it off his shoelace. He runs left. That same play earlier, blocked by Irvine. Ennis dives. Touchdown, Blue Valley Rams on the 5-yard touchdown run by quarterback Aaron Ennis.
Yeah, there was another play where he just surveyed the field and made the right choice. He had the angle to get to the corner before anyone else. Everyone else on his team was covered, nowhere to get the ball to, so he took it into his own hands and got the touchdown.
And a huge score here for the Rams, just confidently. 4:24 left to play before halftime. Rams will try and cut this deficit with the 2-point conversion down to 16. Will be Ennis in the backfield with Tice Hartman behind him, too, as well. Ennis rolls right, throws across his body, man back in the end zone. It's good. Hauled in there in the back of the end zone by the big Raleigh Sump again. So make that 14-30 is now our score as Blue Valley gets a score here late in the first half. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Bulldogs look to increase this lead here on KNDY. Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
For top-notch service for your vehicle, look no further than Honeyman Auto Sales and Service right here in Marysville. Expert care and maintenance with fast turnaround time to ensure your vehicle runs smoothly and safely. Don't compromise on quality and get back on the road today. This is Ty Lumley with Honeyman Auto Sales and Service. You can find us on Facebook or stop by East Highway 36 in Marysville.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
From the ground up, Associated Drilling of Oldsburg keeps your water flowing. Whether it's a brand new water well, professional pump installation or repairs, or a powerful irrigation system for your farm, they handle every job with precision and care. With environmental safety practices from well monitoring to geothermal exchangers to heat and cool your home, Associated Drilling uses the latest technology on residential, commercial, and industrial water well drilling and installations. For 24/7 service, contact the name you can trust. Associated Drilling in Oldsburg.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
back here on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. I have the uncanny ability of missing long kickoff returns. Kat Stunkel took that kickoff down deep inside Blue Valley territory to the 5-yard line. But I don't know, I think it's just my bad luck. I forgot to hit a button on the screen, and there we go. Stunkel with a solid 35, probably about a 45-yard kickoff return.
It seems to happen to you quite often. We do this, but it was Brenner able, in a foot race behind him, to still catch up and bring him down.
So Linn, after that Blue Valley touchdown, right back in option. It's going to be an option right side. Grayson Oldie trying to find the edge inside. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A 5-yard touchdown run by number 2 himself, Grayson Oldie.
Yeah, I mean, impressive work there by the Bulldogs, and Oldie himself doing most of the work there on, well, not even the drive, just the kickoff and the second first play.
Took a whopping 16 seconds for the Bulldogs to answer back that long touchdown drive by Blue Valley, as it's now 36-14 in favor of Linn. I formation now is Oldie under center. That's Grayson. He's going to hand it off to the second man through. Winner punches his way through for the 2-point conversion. So just as soon as we jump back on air, we'll take another timeout. We're back for a kickoff we won't miss. Linn leads this one 38-14.
The law office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen provides legal assistance with a personal touch located in the heart of Washington, providing services in the area of estate planning, probate, estate and trust administration, conservatorships, and real estate transactions. Libby also offers her services on business planning and formation, collections, guardianships, and adoptions. Every case is handled with experience, dedication, and community-centric qualities you deserve. Call the law office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen, put her local experience on your side.
The Palmer Cafe is the place to go for the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer. Enjoy a great hometown atmosphere with daily specials, burgers, desserts, and a whole lot more. And did I mention the Palmer Cafe has the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer? Well, they do. The Palmer Cafe, the heart of the Palmer community. And make sure to check out the Palmer Cafe on Facebook.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5. Quentin Blasky to my right as we have our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week featured broadcast between two TVL foes, the Linn Bulldogs and Blue Valley Rams. Just mentioned this Bulldog offense now 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns. They're clicking here in this one.
They certainly are. This Linn Bulldog team is pretty impressive, and a big thing I want to shout out is just kind of the size of the guys up front. We've seen so many times of those guys up front opening up massive holes for the guys in the bag, the QB and the running back to get through.
Now will be Emke kicking off. Squib, kind of. A high squibber taken in by frontman for the Rams. That's Brock Webster, the 5'5 sophomore, that pulls that one in just around midfield. So Blue Valley will now get their 5th possession going just short of midfield. It will start at the 35-yard line for the Rams. Blue Valley head coach Quentin Cravens will take a time out, but we're going to keep it right here during this one. It's been a back-and-forth contest. We expected high scoring, 38-14, as we said. 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And we just mentioned it a little bit ago, Linn offense has been very smooth, but I think it's been the different ways that they have scored in this one. You know, already a passing touchdown by Grayson Oldie. Grayson 2 touchdowns. Dylan Oldie a touchdown. Maverick Kalima a receiving and rushing touchdown here in this one. It's just been a overall good offensive game so far for Linn.
It has. And one thing Linn has done well is they are able to keep possession the longest. They definitely have a lot of possession time on their side, not even giving the Rams of Blue Valley a chance to even go out there and score, because we saw in that last drive of Blue Valley's, they looked really good. They were getting positive yardage each play. They are a team that's able to go to the air a little bit better than this Linn Bulldog team, but if they don't have the ball, they can't do that type of stuff.
And I think for Blue Valley, too, I don't want to keep making an excuse, but this is a young team. Only 2 seniors here. The graduating class last year that lost 9 players. A lot of these kids stepping into newer roles, as they say, including back quarterback Aaron Ennis, who I thought has played pretty well so far here in this one. Now the Rams will get going. It'll be Ennis with a give-off to his back. Tice Hartman will get a run up the middle. First touch there for Hartman as he picks up positive yardage, though, for the Rams.
Yeah, and it was Dylan Oldie for the Linn Bulldogs able to bring him down.
5-yard pickup there for Hardman, and talking with head coach Quentin Cravens, too, earlier in this week. We talked about putting these new kids in possession. It's also up to him to figure out where, teams are best fitted from that standpoint, or where players are best fitted in this offense. Now a second down and 5 to go. Off his back foot, throw left side. That one's going to be picked off by the Bulldogs. Down the right side, it will be Dylan Oldie. He's still on his feet, bounces off 2 tackles, running into Blue Valley territory, and finally will go down at about the Rams' 25-yard line.
Yeah, Dylan Oldie, we just talked about him getting that solo tackle on that last play, but now he comes up with a even bigger play, an interception. Really just kind of maybe a missed route there by the Rams. The wide receiver, as I saw it, wasn't even really looking for the ball, but the Linn Bulldogs sure were.
Well, I'll talk about it, too, the pressure from Linn. I think Aaron Ennis has thrown off his back foot so many times here in this game. He's just trying to get this ball off against the Bulldogs. Talk about Dylan Oldie, though, a fullback that plays linebacker. He looked really good on that return, very well-rounded athletes. Now Linn will take over possession in Blue Valley territory. It'll be a straight run for Grayson. Grayson up the middle, gets past the first wave of tacklers, but will be stopped right at the 20-yard line on the first down run. Again, coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at halftime scores around the Twin Valley League, courtesy of the TVL Sports Spotlight. We'll also take a break for national news and weather and get you ready for week number 3 of the high school football season. Linn Bulldogs, after that 6-yard pickup by Oldie, who's now over the century mark here in this one. He backs the pass, looking across the middle, has a man just south the outstretched reach of his intended receiver, Zach Hilgen.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a touchdown on that play if it was just a little shorter, a little bit more well-placed. But it is something that the quarterback for the Linn Bulldogs, Grayson Oldie, doesn't do all that often, is drop back and pass. We've seen it a few times here tonight, but definitely not something we see every drive.
And a lot more quarterback runs, 8-man level. Yep. That was head coach Trevor Kuhlman's goal coming into this game. Establish the run, get this run going, especially after that bad loss versus Axtell last week. Now here's Oldie. He's going to keep it on the option right side, trying to find the edge. Squirts through 1. Squirts up close to the first down marker on a 2nd down and 4 run. Let's see where they officially mark the ball on this one. As now Oldie, with that rush, did pick up a first down. So now 108 yards unofficially for Grayson Oldie, in this contest. Final 2:30 left of this first half. Linn Bulldogs leading our Marysville Dental Care game of the week, 38-14 in this Twin Valley League 8-man matchup here on a beautiful Friday night. Homecoming for Blue Valley. Beautiful crowd out here for the Rams, and it's turned in after the sun went down. A pretty darn nice night for some football.
Yeah, I was thinking homecoming and this hot out. It is quite strange, but once that sun set, it is feeling perfect for some football.
Head coach Trevor Kuhlman will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Linn Bulldogs leading this one 38-14, 2:05 left to play in this first half. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
Cooler weather means it's time to be ready for the season ahead. At Kramer Oil, we're here to keep you fueled up this fall. Whether it's propane to heat your home or fuel to keep your farm and equipment running strong during harvest. Count on dependable delivery, competitive prices, and friendly local service that's just a call away. Don't wait until the cold sets in. Schedule your fuel and propane delivery today. Kramer Oil, our family serving your family since 1976.
Back to school means your household is back online. With Blue Valley Technologies, try out a 3-month internet speed boost with no long-term commitments. Keep your family connected with 24/7 tech support, plus parental controls with worry-free Wi-Fi. Sign up to receive 3 months free, plus free installation. Not a current Blue Valley Technologies customer? Sign up for the best in internet service and get a $100 bill credit. Visit bluevalley.net.
Of course, always a big appreciation to our sponsors making this broadcast possible. Their support helps us bring high school football to your airwaves every Friday night. First down run was a quarterback keeper by Grayson Oldie. He falls forward for 5 yards, giving Oldie now unofficially 113 yards on the ground, including 2 touchdowns. Final 90 seconds of this first half, Linn leading 38-14 in the contest. Oldie will pitch it right side now to Dylan. Oldie, fullback, gets the option down close to the goal line, but he's going to stop just short at the 1-yard line. So a 9-yard run there by Dylan Oldie as Linn looks to put one more in right before halftime.
Yeah, one thing I want to say about this drive for the Blue Valley Rams is Brenner is really stepping up on defense here. I believe he already has 3 solo tackles and an assist just on this drive, really making a name for himself on the defensive side of the ball now with 7 solo tackles and an assist on the night.
Brenner also leading the way for a Rams offense with 35 yards and a touchdown. That'll be a first down and goal from the 1-yard line. Wishbone formation. It'll be a give-off to Winters right down the middle. Touchdown, Linn Bulldogs, on the 1-yard touchdown run by number 4, Conrad Winters.
Yeah, I mean, for the Rams, you definitely need to get everyone more involved. It just can't be Brenner, as a guy you lean on both sides of the ball, but especially here on defense. If we could see a few more guys at least slow down the Linn Bulldogs, that would be nice to see in maybe a different game.
2-point conversion, same play. Winter can't get off of that tackle as it's no good. But Linn growing this lead, now up by 30 as we play with 1:18 left to play in this first half. We'll be back after this word from our sponsor.
At Oldie Seed, we are locally owned and locally grown. The corn, soybeans, and sorghum we sell are tested in plots throughout the region in close proximity to our customers. This ensures we are testing a yield environment just like yours. We are dedicated to our Know-to-Grow research program. It's our family's commitment to delivering high-yielding crops for you, the American farmer. This season, partner with Oldie Seed for locally owned and locally grown solutions.
When starting any project around your home, you want prices that are reasonable and advice you can trust. From finding the right lighting fixture or plumbing piece to drawing up plans for a full remodel or new build, the knowledgeable staff at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axel Lumber are here for you. Stop in Monday through Saturday or visit axellumber.com to see what they can offer. With all your building needs and options to fix any budget, your partner from start to finish is Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axel Lumber.
It has been an offensive dominating game by the Linn Bulldogs. 6 offensive possessions, 6 touchdowns so far as Linn leads this contest by 30, 44-14. Bulldogs will kick off here. It will be Dylan Emke. That sends it away. Nate Irvine and Jaron Brenner, the senior and junior, respectively, back to return for the Rams, north end of the field. Emke will send this one away. A little bouncer right between the two. This will land into the end zone. Touchback for the Bulldogs. A reminder that coming up later tonight, high school football does not stop as the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show is brought to you each hour by Bryce Leonard and Nate Welch of Washington and Patrick Booty of Marysville twice each hour during the 10 and 11 o'clock hours here on KNDY FM 95.5. Also, sister station FM 94.1 AM 1570. That's also where you'll catch the Marysville Bulldogs right on the call as Mike Russell and Bruce Dierking have that call from Hiawatha. Last check, Marysville trailed by a touchdown at end of the first quarter. Of course, we'll take a look at scores around the league and around the state coming up here at halftime. So now, 1-minute drill here for the Rams. They start deep in their own end zone. Ennis will look back to throw, tries a comeback pattern near side, incomplete, as he was looking for Parker Montgomery, his first intended attack here in this one.
Yeah, I praised Ennis earlier on in the game for his smart decision-making, and, that one seemed a little forced. He might be feeling the pressure of getting down here with a lot of ground to cover with only 1:13 left to go. So let's see him get into the groove, have a few plays, and see if the Rams can't do this thing.
Now empty set for the Rams, one receiver left, two receivers to the right. Two-man rush from the Bulldogs, not much of a rush. Ennis sets back, has a man over the middle, but just a hair outside of the reach for Jaron Brenner as he was streaking wide open about 20 yards down the field. But now Ennis misses his back-to-back attempts.
Yeah, I will say Ennis looked comfortable in the pocket on that one, but he had a lot more time back there as well on that pass. He knew where to look, and I think that was the guy to go to, just a little outside of his arm's reach.
And he's missing one of his top targets right now. Raleigh Stump on the sideline. Bloody nose getting that taken care of here the last couple drives for the Rams. So now 3rd down and 10 from the Blue Valley 15-yard line. Two receivers left. Man in the backfield will be Brenner in the pistol with Ennis. Option takes it to Brenner. That's out of his arms. Brenner will jump on it to save the fumble recovery. But now a timeout will be taken by Linn on that 6-yard loss, right about there, 5 or 6 yard loss for the Blue Valley Rams. We're going to keep it right here, though, as we are just 58 seconds away from halftime. 44-14 is our score. First off, talking with Linn, I think we've talked about it all night, but coming off that 52-6 loss, I believe, off of Axel last Friday, this is the way you want to respond.
Yeah, any loss, if you play Axel, a lot of people know what you're going to expect, but even then, a loss like that's really going to light a fire under you to come out the next week and play some good football, which we are seeing out of Linn here tonight.
And for Blue Valley on the other end, they come out of a 55-28 handling of Washington County. Washington County, one of those teams that is, I think, up and coming this year under head coach Jason Ham. But this is, again, a young team not trying to make excuses by any means. But two seniors on this roster, just a lot of players that haven't played varsity football in their high school career yet.
Yeah, you brought it up in the pregame show as we talked here. I think you said they lost 9 seniors last year. Definitely last year they were a team to look at, keeping games close, winning a few on the year. And this team looks talented. I do want to say they look really disciplined is one thing I wanted to say about this team.
And I think something to be said about last year's team, only 31 points allowed for Blue Valley. Here's going to be a punt that goes higher than it goes long. From the 5-yard line, it's going to bounce at the about 21-yard line for the Rams. So just about a 15-yard punt there for Blue Valley, and Linn will have an opportunity now leading by 30. They make this a 36 or 38-point lead going into halftime. Of course, first 8-man football game of the year. Got to remind everyone, 45-point rule. Regardless, got to play until halftime. Linn 51 seconds away from at least getting this one close to that, unfortunately. Bulldogs take over at the Rams' 20-yard line. Oldie will look back to pass, looks left, now runs right. Has some room, gets past the line of scrimmage, tries to cut it back in midfield, gives a good little stiff arm, but will be wrestled out of bounds by Jaron Brenner after the 9-yard pickup by Grayson Oldie.
Yep, Matt touched on it there, right there. Another one by Brenner. One thing I wanted to say, when I say they look a lot more disciplined out here, they are not having a lot of penalties thrown on them, and anytime, they lose one of those pitches or anything like that, they are right on it, covering it up. So they look like a team that knows their spot. They're just maybe outsized a little bit, going like that.
And I think those pitches, those are correctable things. That's figuring out your spacing. That's figuring out your timing. If you're not committing penalties, 2 penalties so far for Blue Valley, 6 for Linn. Now, again, Linn up big in this one, but still things to work on. Here's a late pitch. Dylan Oldie will take it left side. We've got a flag again. Believe this will probably be a hold or maybe a face mask. Don't know which way this one's going to roll. Let's see what the white hat says. For the officiating crew, will be a block in the back by the Bulldogs. So now a 7th penalty committed here in this one. And again, coming into this season, two different teams, but this has been a matchup the last couple of years that has been highly competitive. Just last year, of course, Blue Valley ran away with a 54-28 contest. But a couple of years ago, 10-point win for Linn, a 2-point win for Blue Valley 4 years ago. Grayson Oley back to pass. Now he's going to look to dance in the backfield. Finds a man up the middle. He's going to stay on his feet. Takes off 3 tackles. Another flag will be thrown here by the near side judge as Grayson's finally pushed forward after a 15-yard pickup. But this is probably going to be another block in the back by Linn. It will be. So back-to-back plays now with a penalty, 8 already for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and a big deal is that it's a lot of time off the clock for the Linn Bulldogs to go do this thing. We started off here at the 20 with 50 seconds left. We are still there with 15.
So from the 20-yard line, clock will roll 13 seconds. Linn will just spike it. They're going to get 1, maybe 2 more shots here at the end zone. And Linn will have now a 2nd down and 10 from the Blue Valley 20-yard line. 3rd down and 10, 3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Blue Valley 20. Linn leading this one 44-14. They have not trailed in this. Actually, they did trail. Blue Valley got the first score of the game. Forgot about that. It was 6-0 early on an 11-yard touchdown run by Jaron Brenner. But then it's been all Linn since then, rattling off 6 touchdowns on 6 possessions offensively. So now 3rd down and 10 from the 20. Oldie back to pass across the middle. Has a man. He's picked off at the end zone. That's going to be Jaron Brenner with a big pickoff. We're going to keep that name in our mouth the rest of the night. INT for number 10 for the Rams. And most likely Blue Valley will kneel out the final 3 seconds.
Yeah, Brenner is having a heck of a night. Before even halftime, he is totaling 8 solo tackles, 2 assists, and that interception. Definitely the standout player on the defensive side of the ball for the Blue Valley Rams.
And a reminder, don't go anywhere at halftime. We're going to take a quick break for national news, weather, and a few look-arounds the league. Of course, when we come back, we'll have first-half tallies, stats, and a look around the Twin Valley League for scores at halftime. No kneel out. It's going to be a run by Brenner. He's stopped by the Linn defense for a negative play of 1 yard. So that's how the first half will end. A negative 1 yard pickup by running back Jaron Brenner. As we go into halftime, Linn Bulldogs leading this Twin Valley League matchup big, 44-14. We'll take a timeout. National news, weather, and sports coming up, and then a recap of first half and scores brought to you by the TVL Sports Spotlight. Again, your halftime score, Linn Bulldogs 44, Blue Valley Rams 14.
Looking to tackle your next big project or need a quick fix around the house? At Palmer Lumber and Hardware, they've got the big store selection with that small town service you know and trust. Proudly serving Palmer and the surrounding area, offering top quality lumber, tools, and hardware at prices that won't break the bank. Whether you're building a deck or fixing a faucet, they're with you every step of the way. Visit Palmer Lumber and Hardware today and let's get the job done right. That's Palmer Lumber and Hardware. Built on trust, driven by service.
Landall Company is all about the team behind the quality. Congratulations, Landall team members, as they celebrate their 29th year of the incentive bonus program with a 12-year average bonus of 12.55%. That's over 6 weeks' worth of pay as a bonus. Thank you for your hard work and commitment. Interested in learning how you can earn a bonus? Landall Company is looking for individuals who are career-minded and want to succeed. Apply online at landall.com. EEO of Vets and Disability, welcome.
This is Quentin Cravens, head coach of the Blue Valley Rams, and you're listening to Blue Valley Rams football on KNDY.
From bumper to bumper, Main and Transmission and Auto Service has your vehicle covered. With transmission repair, tune-ups, and complete automotive service, they do it all, foreign or domestic. With their ASE master mechanic using premium parts and delivering high-quality service at a fair price, your satisfaction is their priority. Open Monday through Friday. Call 785-348-3030 and experience service driven by integrity. A proud supporter of the Linn community, count on Main and Transmission and Auto Service to keep you on the road.
Don't have time to stop by a bank to open an account? No problem. With United Bank and Trust, we make it easy by bringing our bank to you. Whether you're at home, at work, or anywhere you have access to a computer, simply go to ubankonline.com and click on the Open an Account icon. Save time by opening an account online with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Stay informed with everything happening inside the Twin Valley League Athletics with the TVL Rundown, airing every Friday during the 7 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m. news blocks on KNDY. Join myself, Max Blasky, and Jeff Wirtz of the TVL Sports Spotlight as we talk everything Twin Valley League Athletics. Catch the TVL Rundown every Friday on KNDY or check out the extended podcast version at kndyradio.com. Your go-to spot for TVL Sports is the TVL Rundown.
Visit Can Equip to see the new look of maximum productivity. The new CR lineup of combines from New Holland. Premium and deluxe seat options provide more comfort. 3 exterior cameras offer more visibility and safety. Milo addition to IntelliSense automation delivers more crop versatility. Even the signature styling and decals are new. And pure New Holland. Stop by Can Equip in Marysville.
And welcome back to our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. We are at halftime between Linn and Blue Valley. It's been all Bulldogs in this one, 44-14 over Blue Valley. But right now, we are joined by principal of the Blue Valley Rams, and Mr. Green. Welcome into our halftime show, I suppose.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And you have a lot of ties to a lot of Twin Valley League schools. So how kind of fun is this for you to have that ties to, the different schools and see them square off tonight?
Oh, it's great. I've been around the Twin Valley League and the Blue Valley League for many years, and even right here tonight, it feels like a Valley Heights reunion. I got you two Blasky boys and Farron Constables down there running technology, and of course, I'm a graduate from Valley Heights too, so it's really nice to be in the area and see a lot of people.
Even when it's not the teams we're calling, there's always those connections, aren't there?
Yes, there is.
Now, of course, this is a homecoming for you guys. So what were kind of some of the activities that you guys did throughout the week for school?
Well, we did a lot of different things. We have a seminar period at the last 45 minutes of the day, and we took half of that period every day and did some different skill activities and some games and stuff and tried to get some spirit going. Then we, of course, besides the homecoming activities this evening, we had our homecoming parade and that, and there'll be, of course, the dance this evening, and all alumni, of course, are invited to go back to that.
Now, I know it's been a few years since you graduated, and me myself, but the kids still excited about homecoming, don't they?
Oh, yes. It's, it's kind of a catch-22 there. You want the kids excited and thinking about the game, but there's also a lot of other activities that go on that'll be lifetime memories for them.
Absolutely. And you brought up some speaking points, so I don't want you to go past that, but what are some things going on here at Blue Valley that you want everyone to know about?
Well, we are really happy with our school here in Blue Valley, and it's a small town atmosphere, a small community, and it's a small school with a lot of big things going on. We've got a lot of new programs this year. We went to block scheduling, so we were able to offer some more courses, and a couple of them were in the culinary science area where we had a pastries class that we added, and then and also a business finance course that we added. And I feel we've got one of the best agriculture and vocational facilities in the state here, and our FFA is real active. They were down at the state fair this week, participating and showing livestock and that, and so we're real active in that area. And then under Michelle Palmgren, our science director, They're doing some molecular studies there on Alzheimer's, and they're even got recognized and will be presenting at science conference in Washington, D.C. this spring. And so we're doing a lot of neat, big things, but we got the small school atmosphere where everybody can get involved if they like.
Again, talking with Blue Valley Principal Mr. Green here as we're at our halftime score. Again, Linn leading this contest 44-14. Last one for you, Mr. Green. But you were talking about all the new things that you guys here have at Blue Valley, and we had a chance to chat a little bit beforehand about how the high school landscape is changing, especially with these open border policies and everything like that. I want to say for every school, but especially for you guys, how important is it to give these kids different and new opportunities and experiences so they can really, kind of figure out what there is to do in life as they grow into, young adults and adults too?
Yes, I think that's very important. I think it's something Blue Valley is able to offer. With technology, the world's at your fingertips, and you can get involved and study and see a lot of different things right here in our own school. And so we invite, anybody that, is thinking about technology and being able to participate both in extracurricular activities as long as our academic pursuits here, to, check out Blue Valley, because we sure would welcome any new students, and we're a very welcoming community. I just, started here a few months ago, and I feel like, I'm at home already.
Well, you've been very welcoming to me and Clinton here tonight. We always appreciate it. With that, I'll let you go. We're going to take one more time out. When we come back, we'll recap that first half, look at scores elsewhere around the league. As again, Linn Bulldogs lead Blue Valley here on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, 44-14 at half.
At Sunflower Community Credit Union, we're proud to give back to our community through initiatives like Debit for a Difference, a program that provides local educators with grants for their classrooms, which helps them make a difference in our schools. Along with Save at School, an innovative way for students to learn the value of saving money. Kids can open their very own savings account, making financial education fun and accessible. Join Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville and become part of a financial family committed to your success and the success of our community.
When you start a plumbing or electrical project, make sure that you have what you need to get the job done. If you don't have everything you need, Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber can help. Stocking a full line of electrical wiring, switches, boxes, and everything to the fixtures and even light bulbs. For that plumbing task, there's pipes, connectors and joints, faucets, toilets, and accessories. From an installation or remodel to a simple repair, get the plumbing and electrical supplies you need at one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
For top-notch service for your vehicle, look no further than Honeyman Auto Sales and Service right here in Marysville. Expert care and maintenance with fast turnaround time to ensure your vehicle runs smoothly and safely. Don't compromise on quality and get back on the road today. This is Ty Lumley with Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, and you can find us on Facebook or stop by East Highway 36 in Marysville.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
Cooler weather means it's time to be ready for the season ahead. At Kermer Oil, we're here to keep you fueled up this fall. Whether it's propane to heat your home or fuel to keep your farm and equipment running strong during harvest. Count on dependable delivery, competitive prices, and friendly local service that's just a call away. Don't wait until the cold sets in. Schedule your fuel and propane delivery today. Kramer Oil, our family serving your family since 1976.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Welcome back into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. A reminder that Marysville Dental Care is where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. Again, joined moments ago by Principal here, Blue Valley talking about all the activities going on. It is homecoming here for the Rams, but it's been all Bulldogs as they lead 44-14 here at half. Real quickly, want to run through some unofficial stats. We're going to start with the Bulldogs. Grayson Oldie is 2 for 3 for the air for 30 yards and 1 passing touchdown. That reception, a 28-yard diving catch by Maverick Kalima in the first quarter. Oldie also on the ground, leading rusher unofficially, 121 yards on 13 rushes, 2 touchdowns. Dalton Imke, 2 touches for 41 yards on the ground. Dylan Oldie, 3 touches for 21 yards and a touchdown. Cash Stunkel, 1 touch for 3 yards. And Conrad Winter, 2 touches for 5 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Kalima, again, 1 receiving touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown on 2 touches of the ball. As for Blue Valley, Aaron Ennis through the air, 3-11-6. That's going to be 7 for 11 for 43 yards on the ground, 4 rushes for 5 yards. Jaron Brenner, the back, 9 rushes for 28 yards and a touchdown. Nate Irvine, 1 touch for 1 yard, and Tice Hartman, 1 touch for 5 yards. Looking at scores elsewhere around the TVL, brought to you by the TVL Sports Spotlight. Go give them a like on Facebook and also turn into the TVL Rundown every Friday at 7:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. as me and Jeff Wirtz talk about everything Twin Valley League athletics. Halftime scores, the 11-man action. The Valley Heights Mustangs lead 14-8 over Onega. Mid Buchanan up big 42-6 over the Centralia Panthers. Linden up 36-22 on Frankfort in 8-man action. Axtell 48-0 closed out the Washington County Tigers at halftime. Meanwhile, the Hanover Wildcats big over Clifton Clyde, 50-6 at halftime in that one. Of course, next week we will have the Axtell Eagles as they have homecoming versus Chase County, and a huge matchup in Week 7 of the high school football season. Mark it on your calendars, October 17th, Axtell at Hanover. Opening kickoff will go to Linn. It'll be Stunkel up the middle. He's got an opportunity. Now it's seen. There goes the speed. Stunkel across midfield, and a huge return there for the Bulldogs sophomore running back. Joined again now by Quentin Blasky. Quentin, we saw Linn return a huge kickoff return there early in the first half, a 45 kickoff return by Stunkel, and he's going to start the second half with just the same.
Yeah, he's going to start off this half hot again. It was Parker Montgomery for the Blue Valley Rams that was able to finally get him down. Probably the second man there on defense shining tonight.
Now here will be a run play. The left side. He can't get out of the grasp of Montgomery or close to first down yardage, though, for Oldie, as he is very impressive here in our debut Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. That's a pickup of 9, unofficially 130 yards for Grayson Oldie.
Yeah, he's having himself a heck of a game tonight, just reading the field well and making the right decisions against this defense.
Mentioned the big game versus Axtell and Hanover coming up in a couple weeks. We'll be back here at Blue Valley for Frankfort versus the Rams and what will be another exciting, high-scoring 8-man contest in the Twin Valley League. Quarterback run left side on the second down and 1. Pickup of 3 for Grayson Oldie on the quarterback keeper. So Linn in this one, rocking and rolling. Mentioned it in the first half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive possessions for Linn, 6 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, 3 punts and 2 touchdowns for the Rams in what has been a high-scoring contest between these two teams over the last couple of years. Now a first down and 10 to go. Ball on about the 25-yard line of Blue Valley. Give to Dylan Oldie up the middle, left side. He's going to cut it back. He's going to stay on his feet. Flag is in. The big legs of Oldie keep churning, but we've got a flag right at the line of scrimmage. And if I'm going to say anything about this one, this will now be the 9th penalty accepted against Linn here in this one. When you take teams like Hanover, Axtell, they already played them. I'm going to say Washington County, Frankfort this year. Head coach Trevor Kuhlman needs to get his team to clean these up.
Yeah, for sure. They've definitely shot themselves in the foot all night tonight with these penalties. We've seen so many big gains kind of fall backwards because of these penalties, come back and just be a negative on that down. And that one was a nice run there by number 45, Dylan Oldie, which you get him running downhill, it's hard to stop, but that's one way to do it.
And Dylan Oldie, a big back going 195 pounds there in the backfield for the senior. LB Grayson, quarterback run right up the middle, has a seam left side, takes it up the middle, down the left sideline, cuts it back, tripped up, though, at the 10-yard line. Big pickup there for the athletic back from the Bulldogs. Pickup, we're going to go from the 24 all the way down to about the 6-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, big pickup there. And something I've said a lot tonight about this Blue Valley defense, it's that last guy is making plays no matter who it is. There, it was Aaron Hines on that one, just able to trip up Grayson Oldie to stop him from getting into the end zone.
Ennis able to get that tackle. No worries on that one. But, yeah, not good look, though, for the Blue Valley Rams if your safeties are making tackles. There's going to be a give-off right up the middle, untouched for the touchdown. Dalton Emke in for the 6-yard score for the Rams, or for the Bulldogs, excuse me.
Yeah, unfortunately, no last guy to beat there. He had a hole that you could have drove a truck through and got untouched into the end zone from that 6-yard line.
So it took Blue Valley just under 3 minutes to put the first score up here in this third quarter, making it a 36-point contest. We mentioned it back half of the first half, again, 45-point rule, Kansas high school football. It looks like they are probably going to be one score away after the next stop in line for that. 2-point conversion, Grayson with Dylan to his left. Actually, that'll be Winters. Quick slant bullet pass from the fastball pitcher there, Grayson Oldie, incomplete. But Linn puts their opening drive of the second half up on the board, 4 to 6 points, 50-14. Now our score just start of the second half.
At United Bank and Trust, we get it. Bank hours don't always fit into your schedule. With the United Bank and Trust mobile banking app, you can bank anytime, anywhere. At home, at work, or anywhere in between. You can perform convenient and secure transactions like mobile check deposit, transfer money between accounts, or see your balance instantly. Find it by searching for United Bank and Trust mobile app in your app store. Mobile banking with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of your investments. I'm Liz Warren, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can be your financial coach. We get to know you first, then figure out how to help you work towards your goals. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. Call 785-562-5533 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll free 1-800-252-0847.
To the kickoff here for the Bulldogs. Get a quote by Quentin. Blue Valley is going to put 4x3x1 on this kickoff as Linn has really squibbed this ball. Lone man back will be Nate Irvine. That ball rolls all the way into the end zone. We saw it, though, earlier, though. I think, Linn, this is just going to be an aggressive style for the Bulldogs this year, trying to get those squibs to get extra possessions for this offense.
It will be, and if you can execute like the Linn Bulldogs have tonight, it's definitely a good path to take. We know on their first kickoff, or second kickoff, first went out of bounds, second kickoff there after that penalty, they were able to get the ball off of a squib, and these squibs look nice. They were taking that nice little roll, bounce right over the first line, run straight to the ball, try and get it for the Bulldogs. So they definitely have a technique they like going towards.
And so a first down and 10 from the 15-yard line is where Blue Valley with their first possession started here in the second half. Be a run up the middle. No, pass.
Yeah, that was a pass by Aaron Hines there to his target. Lee Taylor picks up about 8 yards on that play.
Get you squared away. Ennis.
Ennis. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It looks like that.
Oh.
You're all right. You know how many times I mispronounce a name in a game? You are fine. That will be a 7-yard pickup, too. Aaron's favorite target here so far on the night. Lee Taylor, unofficially 27 yards on 4 catches. Here's going to be a take up the middle, trying to fight off the interior defense of Linn, and no doing for the Blue Valley halfback. Linn defense, I think interior-wise, so far here in this game, has very much impressed me with their physicality and their quickness to the ball, I believe.
Yeah, they sure look good out there. They have a big line up front, so anything up the middle, you're going to rub shoulders with someone. Also, a lot of these players getting involved. We have multiple players with 3 solo tackles or more and assists to go on top.
Really only 2-man rush. Caesar Alvarado and Wyatt Wyke are the 2 bringing pressure. Here's going to be a pass fake left side, incomplete, as Ennis was looking, I believe, for his lengthy target. Raleigh Stump on that one. Stump out most of the second quarter with a bloody nose, but looked like he's going to be back out there. So after the incompletion, now head coach Quentin Cravens is going to run the dice here. 4th down and 3 deep their own territory, just short of the 25-yard line. We'll call it the 22 here. And this will be in the pistol with Brenner behind him. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. Head coach Cravens barks out signals from the near side sideline. And this looks back at his running back. It's going to be straight back to pass pressure, left side screen in the middle. That's the Stump. Stump is stopped, though, on that 4th down completion. Pickup of maybe 1 as the Linn defense snuffed that one out like a bloodhound on a trail.
Yeah, you had both Dylan Oldie and Dalton. Oh, let me check here. Let me check my numbers. Yeah, it was mostly Dylan Oldie able to sniff that out there, and that play did not develop the way they wanted it to.
So now Linn will get this ball deep in Blue Valley territory in the lead here, 50-14. Again, Blue Valley got the first score of the night, but since then it's been all Bulldogs rattling off touchdowns on 7 straight possessions in this high-scoring affair. 8:19 left to play, third quarter. Grayson's going to keep this one on the option right side. He'll pick up positive yardage to bring up a 2nd down and 7. 3-yard pickup there by Grayson Oldie, who unofficially now over 150 yards on just 17 carries, 2 touchdowns, too, for what's looking like an all-league quarterback for Coach Kuhlman and his Bulldogs.
Yeah, he is having himself a night on offense, but also on defense. He is up there tied with the most solo tackles for this Linn Bulldog team.
Linn defense that, again, gave up 52 points to Axtell in their first game out. Of course, who's not going to do that? Option right side. Dylan will take this one behind the line of scrimmage. He looks for the edge, sneaks it upfield down the far sideline, keeps those legs moving, and barrels into the end zone for a touchdown, a 20-yard touchdown run by Dylan Oldie.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier on their last drive, if he gets running downhill, and I mean if he just gets some speed behind that big body of his, he is hard to stop. You saw about 3 Blue Valley players there just trying to tug on his jersey, get around his legs, but he just kept working and dragged them all the way into that end zone for a touchdown.
There was a reason he was honorable mention all Twin Valley League last year. He punches in his 2nd touchdown of the night. Now 2-point conversion upcoming for the Bulldogs, leading by 42. Inside, there goes Oldie, dances around. 2-point conversion is good. It's now 58-14 in favor of Linn. We'll take a timeout. Word from our sponsors. We're back to close this out in the second half after this.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Kuhlman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
At Sump Ag, their goal is to run a business that serves the farmer and honors God. With honesty and integrity, they strive to serve their customers so that they may grow the best crops possible. With a strong lineup of leading corn and soybean seed genetics, including LG, Zytavo, and others. In addition to seed, get knowledgeable chemical advice along with competitive pricing to protect your crops. Talk to Jonathan today at Sump Ag for your seed and chemical needs. Phone 785-386-8521.
With United Bank and Trust online banking, you have access to your hometown bank 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year at ubankonline.com. You can view account balances, access statements, and transfer money between your UBT accounts. You can also view account activity, pay bills, and even make loan payments without being limited by banking hours. Simply visit ubankonline.com to learn more. Online banking with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All Linn Bulldogs here in our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, week number 2, as they lead 58-14 here against Blue Valley. Stay tuned next week. We'll be over at Axtell, Kansas, as the Axtell Eagles will look to extend their state-leading 54-game winning streak when they host Chase County on homecoming. Axtell with the 45-point victory at half over Washington this evening. Quentin, I know we're going to preview them next week and we'll talk about this, but Axtell, I think the train keeps rolling for them.
Yeah, it sure does. There was, just in my mind, seeing some scores from earlier tonight, they were only up about 16, what I would assume a little bit later into the half there, which, only up 16 against a pretty good Washington County team. But, for this Axtell Eagle team that's been so dominant, that is a little strange. But as you said, they were able to turn it on, get the ball rolling, be the normal Axtell Eagles that we see, and win that game by half.
Here is the Blue Valley offense. The kickoff was actually a kickoff for once here tonight. Rams started this possession. They're on about 15-yard line. First run of the drive was a 2-yard loss by Jaron Brenner. But now a nice little completion, incompletion. Incompletion will be called here near side as Ennis put it on his favorite target, Lee Taylor. Good-looking pass there from Ennis, just not having a lot of success tonight through the air. I mentioned a little bit beforehand, kind of tough to see over the big defensive lineman at only 5'5". So now 3rd down and 12. Ball at the Blue Valley 15. Ennis back to pass. Throws it down the middle. Has a man roll. He's up in and out of his hands. Would have been a huge pickup down to midfield as Ennis took a shot in the backfield. And Coach Quentin Craven still not afraid to throw this ball.
No, he isn't. And he knows he's got to get something started here. And what a beautiful pass. Ennis was able to see his man down the field, put that right where he could get it, but unfortunately it just went through his hands.
So now a 4th down and 12 to go. Back to pass will be Ennis across the middle. Incomplete. Back-to-back turnovers on 4th downs. That'll get the ball back to Linn, leading by 44. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Final drive for Linn after this.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Linn Bulldogs looking to punch this one away, up by 44 here in the 3rd quarter. 6:34 left to play. Grayson Oldie back to pass. Now look to run. Now he'll dance left side. Takes off for the run. Spun down about the 15-yard line. And we're going to have a penalty called on Linn. Now, I'm going to say unofficially, but pretty close to official, a 10th penalty called on the Bulldogs here tonight.
Yeah, they've been really kicking themselves all night for that. Now, they have been able to overcome it, and you will see that in the score. But, I mean, as Max had stated earlier, against some other teams, especially in the TVL. You go and want to be competitive against an Axel or a Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that are really just going to hurt your chances.
And a big one coming up for Linn next week. It is a contest versus Clifton Clyde. Meanwhile, Blue Valley will be at Kansas City East Christian Academy. So that Clifton Clyde game for Linn, a huge one. Sling pass over the middle as Grayson was looking for Stunkel. Incomplete pass there on only the fourth pass attempt from Grayson Oldie here tonight. But I think a huge one there for the County of Washington as, again, Linn Bulldogs will host Clifton Clyde next Friday night. Clifton Clyde Eagles, usually a pretty solid, not only call them state power quite yet, but always a contender in Class Division I. I think that'll be a huge test for the Bulldogs and a good measuring stick for head coach Trevor Kuhlman and his squad. Now a second down and 20 to go from the Blue Valley 25. Here's a run. Dylan Oldie left side breaks it. 10-5. Legs keep trucking inside to the 5-yard line. Huge pickup for Dylan Oldie. 25. We're going to mark that as a 20-yard pickup run as he continues to run hard late in this contest.
Yeah, and for Blue Valley on the defensive side of the ball, I have Ethan Dunstan there with the guy who initiated the first contact and really was able to slow up Dylan Oldie there, which is not an easy task to do.
Linn looking to end this game a little bit early, jump on the bus, and head back up north, leading 44 points here with 6:10 left to play, a third quarter. Ball from about the 6-yard line. It's going to be a sweep right side. Winter trying to catch the edge, gets out of one and in for a touchdown. That will do it as Conrad Winter punches it in for a 6-yard score on the final play of the game, making this one 64-14, a 50-point win for the Linn Bulldogs.
Yeah, both teams came out and played a great game tonight. I will say Blue Valley looked really, for how young they are, they do really look calm, composed out there. They don't make a lot of mistakes. One thing I wanted to touch on was their special teams. You saw Linn come out and try and be a little tricky with the squibs, but Blue Valley always, since the first time that worked against them, they were ready for it, doing the right things, just jumping on that ball. So they know what to do, which is a good sign in a young team.
We'll have some more post-game thoughts here as we wrap this one up. But again, the Linn Bulldogs finish off this season, pick up their first win of the season, a 64-14 victory over the Blue Valley Rams as Rams drop to 0-2 on the year. We're going to take our first post-game timeout. When we come back, recap of this one, we'll get you ready for next week's Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Again, your final score on Week 2 from the high school football season, Linn 64, Blue Valley 14. This week's Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number one rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. We'll take a timeout when we come back. Post-game coverage from Randolph after this.
Whether they are on the field or in the classroom, the Blue Valley Rams will compete with strength and pride. When looking for a bank that holds those same values, you're talking about Union State Bank. With 2 locations on Highway 16 in Oldsburg and along Highway 77 in Randolph, Union State Bank is proud to support the community and proud to support the Blue Valley Rams. Rely on the knowledgeable and friendly staff at either location for a strong banking option today. Union State Bank wishes all school athletes a successful and healthy season.
As a farm or ranch owner, you've invested heavily in your agribusiness, especially in your livestock. Protecting them from accidents, fires, and other natural disasters is crucial for your farm's success. At Blue Valley Insurance, we recognize the importance of your animals as assets to your livelihood. Visit our offices in Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville to explore comprehensive livestock insurance options tailored to your needs. Safeguard your farm's future with Blue Valley Insurance today.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn is your stop Fuel up and fill up at Moe's Stop and Shop. They have gas available, plus they have drinks, snacks, and a whole lot more. Your convenience store is Moe's Stop and Shop. Find them right off the highway in Linn, Moe's Stop and Shop.
From the ground up, Associated Drilling of Oldsburg keeps your water flowing. Whether it's a brand new water well, professional pump installation or repairs, or a powerful irrigation system for your farm, they handle every job with precision and care. With environmental safety practices from well monitoring to geothermal exchangers to heat and cool your home, Associated Drilling uses the latest technology on residential, commercial, and industrial water well drilling and installations. For 24/7 service, contact the name you can trust, Associated Drilling in Oldsburg.
And welcome back into our post-game coverage as it is the Blue Valley Rams falling on homecoming 64-14 versus Linn. We're going to look at some unofficial stats real quick. Quinn, I'm going to start with you defensively. What stood out for you in this contest?
Yeah, defensively, especially on the side of the Blue Valley Rams, was the number 10 of Brenner. He ended up the night with 8 solo tackles, 2 assists, and an interception. But we also had Ethan Dunstan with 5 solo tackles, 2 assists, and Parker Montgomery. One name I wasn't expecting to call out so much, but he had 5 solo tackles. A lot of those, he's a guy that will play safety off back. A lot of those kind of saving tackles that this could have got a little bit uglier, a little bit faster if he wasn't there. On the other side of the ball, it was the show of Dylan Oldie and Grayson Oldie, both with 4 solo tackles, Dylan having an interception as well.
And I think defensively, when you look at this game first, I am going to start with safeties are making so many tackles. That means your front line's not getting where they need to be. But I think the Linn offensive line did what they needed to do. We mentioned it 3 or 4 times, the gaping holes that the Linn backs had. That's just a part of that conversation. Now flip it to the other side. Linn, let me give a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possessions for Blue Valley. Only 2 of those ended up in scores after a week giving up 52 points to Axtell. I think this was a momentum-building win for the Linn defense.
Oh, it sure was. And one thing you touched on is that front line. Something I told tonight, they are able to only put 2 guys up front on defense, maybe 3 on offense, because the size advantage is just so large. Those 2 guys can really do the job of forward there. So that is a huge advantage that any.
We're going to take our second time out here of our post game. Give me a second to get some offensive numbers compiled for you here as we finish our broadcast. Again, your final score 64-14. Linn now 1-1 on the season. Blue Valley 0-2. We'll be back after this time out and a word from our sponsors.
This is Quentin Cravens, head coach of the Blue Valley Rams, and you're listening to Blue Valley Rams football on KNDY.
The law office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen provides legal assistance with a personal touch located in the heart of Washington, providing services in the area of estate planning, probate, estate and trust administration, conservatorships, and real estate transactions. Libby also offers her services on business planning and formation, collections, guardianships, and adoptions. Every case is handled with experience, dedication, and community-centric qualities you deserve. Call the law office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen to put her local experience on your side.
For 11 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't think much else has to be said about this contest. But offensively, Linn just ran away with it. Absolutely. And, of course, we'll have another contest for the Rams coming up October 10th as Frankfort makes the trip down this way for a contest. Again, a reminder, tomorrow or next week coming up, we will be at Axtell for Chase County at Axtell for a homecoming contest. We're going to wrap up our contest as long as we're still on air. Again, your final score here in this one, and it's all Linn Bulldogs taking up their first win of the season, 64-14, as Blue Valley falls to 0-2 on the season. For Quentin Blasky, to my right, this has been Max Blasky on our Marysville Dental Care Games Week. Everyone please drive home safe, and we will see you next Friday from Axtell.
KNDY.